Well, we have something very unique tonight, kind of close to my heart. We are, for the first time, awarding 2 civilian awards. The civilian awards involve the life-saving actions of 2 young men who are with us tonight. I'll be introducing them. And I'd like Sergeant Filer to come up and give us an overview of the incident, which we will be talking tonight, as you were the senior officer on the scene in the accident reconstructions.
This is a letter I wrote a month and a half ago to the Boy Scouts of America, recognizing these 2 scouts, and it adequately describes the event. So I'll just read the letter. Gentlemen, on April 20th, 2009, at about 2:35 p.m., several frantic 911 calls were placed reporting that a car pedestrian accident had occurred on Oxford Road. I was assigned to the call, and I was the first emergency services responder to arrive. When I arrived, I found a young, unresponsive boy lying in the roadway. There were a few teenagers huddled over the young boy. A cold, early spring rainstorm was saturating this young boy. The scene was chaos. Traffic was snarled. Adults stood and stared. Some were crying. The scene was not yet secured. The young boy's position in the roadway made him vulnerable to traffic. I was forced to use my patrol car as a shield between the young boy and the traffic. Nearby was a New Hartford Central School District school bus that was stopped with its red stoplights flashing. It was obvious that a car had struck the young boy as he exited the school bus. I ran over to the young boy, and what I saw was not encouraging. He was badly injured. He was unresponsive. 2 of the teenagers that were comforting the injured boy were not only verbally reassuring him, but they were holding his position to prevent him from being moved. It was apparent to me that the teenagers had the situation well in hand, allowing me to go about my other urgent duties, such as securing the scene, directing arriving emergency units, and locating witnesses. Paramedics arrived a few minutes later. They recognized this injury to be so severe that they performed what is termed to be a load and go. Normally, an injured person is stabilized at the scene of a medical emergency before being transported to a hospital. In a load and go situation, time spent to stabilize would likely result in death. He was quickly and carefully loaded into the ambulance, then it quickly departed for the trauma center. The grim-faced medical professionals that remained at the scene reported to me that the injured boy's condition was grave. During the course of the investigation into this accident, the teenagers who went to the injured boy's aid were identified. It was learned that 2 of these teenagers are members of Boy Scout Troop 14. They are Brian Fee and Dale Raar. These 2 Boy Scouts instinctively and efficiently took control of the situation. They applied skills learned through scouting and reacted properly to the urgent needs of the injured boy. It was a terrible situation to be thrust into, but Brian and Dale remained calm, even though adults did not, and unselfishly went to the aid of a badly injured young boy. I've been told that if in the first few moments of this situation had been handled differently, or handled by people not having adequate training, the results of this incident could have resulted in a fatality. Please consider this communication as a nomination to Brian and Dale for life-saving and meritorious recognition. Not only did they perform their life-saving action to the injured boy, they did it at risk to themselves, performing on a busy highway that have not yet been closed to traffic. These 2 young men are an outstanding credit to Scouting and to our community as well.
Dale and Brian, if you please come up front and center, please. The New Hartford Police Department in the town of New Hartford is pleased to award you a life-saving award, the Lifesaver Award. I'll read the recognition. It's in recognition of your actions on Monday, April 20th, 2009, aiding a critically injured juvenile involved in a car pedestrian traffic accident on Oxford Road in the town of New Hartford. Your willingness to act and get involved was instrumental in the prevention of further injuries or even the death of an injured youth. You clearly did perform life-saving actions that day. You are duly recognized by the town of New Hartford for your actions. So congratulations. If we could have the chairman of the police commission and town supervisor come up for a photograph. Town Crier. Great job, guys.
Thank you very much.
I am particularly pleased to recognize them because I'm also an Eagle Scout, and I know the challenges they are going through and will be going through in order to obtain that rank. So once again, congratulations. Is there anybody here representing the Boy Scouts of America? I know some of their family members are here.
Hello, Ray.
Yeah, how have you been?
Good. I'm John Kozlowski, the Scoutmaster, Troop 14. This is John Ivory, Assistant Scoutmaster. Ray and I go back a long ways
Yes,
together.
we do. As a matter of fact, John and I tramped through the mountains of New Mexico in the summer of
74, Ray.
1974. On a legendary backpacking trip. We saw more rattlesnakes than we did people on that trip, didn't we, John?
We did, Ray. We did.
Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Just to continue on with our award ceremony, we have several